Vicpothesis. What's going on? So much, you know. Um, Back to the lack of education. It's a total lack of education in this country, and it's a deterioration of things that should be standard and socially, So news one time was, and newsmen are on channels were well respected at one time, I believe, because they told the truth. They didn't deviate. They just told the truth and let the public decide. And if they wanted to have a commentary, it was later on at the end of the show. So, and a lot of people don't know that, I guess. And before us, I don't know how it was. It was probably even more limited. But we weren't in the same turmoil we are in today. It's an overload. You see? You got neurons firing left and right every day, every second. I don't think anybody gets a rest now. Because when they're laying down and they're sleeping, and their brain's trying to process all that data it had from the day. So I think that there should be a happy medium with everybody, and let's get back and let's come on. We're not the dinosaurs after all, and I think that the times are getting very bad or whatever. Yeah, that's true. I'm speaking for today, whatever the day is today. So, and then whatever the year is, because y'all here with me. And all I'm doing is just unloading what's in my heart when I speak in this. And that's it. You accept it or you don't, delete it, and you don't listen to it. Because, those millions of people that are not listening to it, I appreciate you. Because, you do what you do. So, now back to the matter at hand. So let's talk about this fraud thing, okay? And this is just from a purely perceptional thing with no alliance or allegiance to anybody. Fraud, 100% there's fraud. There's always fraud. Because fraud, if you look it up, what the definition of it, or you could say there's malfeasance, and it's not a legal thing. You definitely have to go into courts and start parsing it up. It's malfeasance, and all these different things that have to happen to be that. Come on, we're not stupid. When we see something wrong, we know what it is. So then you have to take whatever organization you're thinking about taking all the way down to the end user. And then along that whole line, you would have to find it. Because you see, how could there be fraud at the top like that? Think about it. Unless they're all pocketing the money. But that's not true, because they're doing what they're supposed to do. I would say a vast majority are doing their job. And here's why. Because if they were cutting, and if that was a fraud and they were cutting it off there, then all the people downhill wouldn't be suffering and mad and worried about how they're going to feed their babies. You see? So there is fraud, but it's at the corporate level. It's farther down. And so the corporations don't want that to be exposed, so they pay these dudes to do this. And there's the education as Vicpothesis sees it tonight. And hey, go investigate it yourself. Look at whatever you want to do, and But don't bring your ego with you, and don't bring yourself with you. because then that's more what? Subjective, right? So just, when you eat, what do you say? This is good or this is bad or whatever, right? If a food tastes or whatever. But when you work out and you take something, this supplement or this food, or if you're on a diet and you start doing these, whether you're working out or not, if you're on a diet, you start either counting calories or checking out different healthier foods or whatever. So you believe that science? And you don't believe that somebody has oversight over that? Just think about any job you've had. If there's lack of oversight, it makes your job miserable. And if there's lack of funding, then there is no job. So the fraud at the top is the overinflated pay they receive. The fraud at the top is the big tax breaks people receive. You know what? Where do they start receiving them at? 200, 300,000? I don't know. So if you're making over that, I'm saying you're successful, and I'm also saying that you're probably intelligent, and I'm also saying that then therefore you should be able to manage your finances and have lots of money, and you should have a good tax person. There's another education for you tonight. Oh, Vicpothesis is all over it. All right, he better shut his yapper. Y'all be well. Educate yourself. The Creator is good. Love to you and all your families and myself or whoever. So, that's it. Vicpothesis signing off.